So I've been thinking about how to address the Four Noble Truths because something that I didn't think about at first, but I think about more and more as I get older, is the childhood experiences of spiritual people. So, spiritual figures, teachers, and guides, and those who lead us morally, right? So, what gives a person authority over the soul or the feelings of humans, right? We really only get our authority from ourselves over ourselves. So, in order to have really anything to give to others, well, it's important to study and it's important to experience and it's important to reflect and actually walk a spiritual path in order to have anything to say about it, right? And so there are formal and informal ways of doing it. And when I first started thinking about the Four Noble Truths, the first one being that life is suffering, I think I heard about it in Yoga Young, and I thought it rang true for me because up until that point, my life had been full of moments and eternities that were quite painful. And because I was a child and I had no control, I had to learn how to bear it, right? I wasn't free like other children to just grow up because I have this chronic illness, which is actually in genetic in origin. So I've always had it, but also because several misfortunes befell me and my parents when I was developing and very sensitive to disruption, as all people are when they're young and developing, right? So I never fully bought it, life is suffering, because from my point of view as a child, there was a time when I could see my day to day and I could see the plans my elders had for life in general and the future and all of that as far as I could understand it in my childish way. There were times where it was really, I felt so well and good and happy and supported and loved and was loving. And but then there was these other moments that brought pain into my world, and it was brought in and imposed from outside of myself. So I could feel that like my essence, my fundamental nature was love and joy, and that circumstances could be painful, right? But that didn't diminish me. And so I think maybe that's just something that I was born with. But when my pain entered my life, I already had established a really strong sense of right and wrong, of morality, of justice. And yeah. So life is suffering, just it attracted me, but I never fully accepted it. And then as an adult, I learned that, well, the historical Buddha was a prince. He was born into privilege and comfort. And that says a lot about his point of view and his perspective. And so I believe, throughout the teachings, with the best of intentions, he could not help but be himself. And we need to remember that he was privileged. So, does his word for suffering mean what we believe today, now, what I believe in my skin now? Does it mean the same thing? Are we talking about the same thing? I don't think so, actually. It's different. So I'm going to reflect more on that.